Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for Vicinal versus Bombom. We're starting off strong with the Blight on the Suffa Pit. A tale as old as time. This time, though, without the Hug Tech and a very strong 3-gen in the back. I'm yours, Little Regard, and joined today by none other than Bubble Tea. It's Bubble Tea, your friendly Bubble Tea. But since you're just friends, I'm not going to finish that tagline for them. How you doing, friends?
I'm doing great, Rue. I'm so happy to be here with my very favorite co-caster in the whole wide world.
You're going to say that after Pally? Wow.
Don't, he doesn't have to know.
Okay.
He doesn't have to know. It's our secret, Rue. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough, but very early tag coming in from Blight fighting Fang at the main building. Looks like Fang is going to be lining up, ready to run out the building. Might result in a somewhat early down, and I think it is very, very early down, in fact.
Yeah, that's going to be an excellent start for our killer. I'm excited for the rest of these games. I've come to be so fond of watching Blight in competitive gameplay because they just are they're cracked out of their minds, man. They're so good at this. So I'm very excited about this.
I would absolutely agree. I do love watching a good old Blight match, and Survivor's already working away on the gens. However, immediate unhook coming in. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a tag in time before their power runs out. Beautiful flick into the entryway. However, it's not going to be enough as that. Oh my goodness, they have Lucky Break as well, getting plenty of distance. Power has to recharge. If Claudette has Deliverance, they definitely will have Deliverance available to them as and gets way into center here.
Man, that flick had me feeling things. I'm not going to lie. But how do you feel about that unhook so quickly?
I think it worked. They saw them rush away, and they know the kill has to rush all the way back. And they had main building in the area. They planned it out pretty well. And I think it worked out pretty well in the Survivor's favor. No decisive coming in. It's going to be second stack of Dying Light very shortly. First generator also firing away. Survivors and Killer kind of going tit for tat at the moment. However, going right back into this area to make sure they maintain this fairly impressive 3-gen in the back corner. But I say, the one thing I was expecting is for them to start working on that generator. They're not working on that generator in the corner, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit concerning. This is a really strong 3-gen, as you said. They are going to have to break it, and if they can do that sooner rather than later, or at least get some pressure going on these gens, that would be good for them.
I would tend to agree. You definitely want to come over here and start messing with gens in the main building area. And it looks like we do find Adam taking a tag in the rocks, probably going right back across the choke point to safety. Ooh, we do see a Survivor at main building, so they did sneak someone back here. Lozea is the Claudette, but I would say that you're kind of caught in no man's land over here. Forcing them away, doing a really good job body blocking, but ultimately this will end up... Yeah, but I say this will be a hook trade, but I imagine this is also the Deli player. Eruption procking in the background as Fang desperately is going to try to make their way. They actually slide by the killer and get the pallet stun.
Wow. This is a tense chase. Oh my gosh. Wait.
Even seeing Survivor there from Eruption. No double vaulting back. Very patient, winning the mind game. Fang doing a really good job going back to center, but getting to hit over the top of the pallet, and that is going to be a very early kill. They could even possibly... Yeah, but I say you could hook Claudette here just for the sake of hooking them. Second gen going down. Ooh, and it is on the main building side.
This is really... I was about to say that our Survivors are now going to be in a really tough position, but breaking that 3-gen, again, it is kind of even. As you said, it's a little bit of tit for tat. This out, though, at 3 gens. Oh my gosh, wait, no, 2. They got another one.
They did on the main building, or the shack side, yeah.
This is progressing incredibly quickly.
It really is, and looks like Claudette will be able to force the tag through the window to force BT. However, if we look to the side, there is something of a latent 3-gen if you consider that middle gen to this other side, but it's pretty loose. It is on one side of the map. The magical reappearing Claudette.
One of her best magic tricks.
Might have been a bit of a server desync there. I don't know if that is actually possible right now, but I mean, I've seen some weird things, and getting a great stun there on the killer. Again, we have 4 stacks of Dying Light, so anything Adam's doing, it's gonna be 12% slower going down into the corner, and this is looking to be a potential 4K2. There's the pickup on Claudette, potentially even an Unbreakable.
Yeah, this is progressing very, very quickly. Our Blight has some great pressure right now. If they can get that Claude down again very quickly, they will be set up so well for this end game.
They absolutely will be heading right back across to the other side of the map. I don't know. Ooh, we see Trevor vaulting through the window. And now they'll be taking chase on the main building side once again. Brutal Swing coming in to get a little bit of quicker break on the doorway. Catching Trevor off guard. This should be a hit. This is not the safest pallet in the world. No, they whiff.
No way.
Possibly, auto aim, but regardless, they will still take a tag across. Is this going to result in a hit, though? No, they headed straight back into main building, but oh no, not going to be able to get away. And they will eventually go down. They do get the reset on Adam in the meantime, though, but this will be first coming in for Gallowfake.
That was a really, really great play by Trevor, though. That fake out in main building, really nicely done. Unfortunately, just not quite enough. Our killer is absolutely on their game tonight.
They really are. And possibly going to be cleaning this up. I do see the survivors possibly, if they reset, getting this back gen done. And obviously, in a Blight set, you really want to try and get 4 generators done just to give yourself, a chance in the end. But Survivor is not stealthing out back here, it seems like, as they might have already dodged. Yeah, you need to get this gen done, and with Eruption being able to be applied to it, it's going to be a really difficult ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Our survivors are, as this match progresses, they are getting into more and more of a tough spot here. They have to make something happen kind of quickly because Blight is not slowing up for anything.
Absolutely. Interesting job. Oh, great.
Oh!
Great idea coming in from the Blight, but Claudette able to wiggle their way out of it.
That was such a strong dodge there.
It really was. Going around the edge, bumping, and they will get the down inevitably. There's the Eruption proccing in the back of the map. And it looks like they're going to leave them slugged out. We do see that aura reading. It looks like Adam was back there the whole time, but now the killer's going to know exactly where they are.
Oh, so close on that hit.
Yeah, really good job. And Adam going into Shack. There is still resources here to be given. But I say, you don't leave that, pal. You're going to drop it. They absolutely do, but again, not going to matter.
He had to fake it out, though, for a second. He had to make it flashy.
Indeed. Claudette, in the meantime, does get picked up by Trevor, having to walk all the way across the map just to get that pickup. This will be, I believe, second coming in on Adam, and I think this is just a matter of time. I don't think the survivors really have any method of getting this 4th gen done, as they are going to reset the Claudette. I don't know if they're going to be able to do a full reset. No, they did.
Oh, they do.
Might have been a wheel make it potentially then, because that was a very quick reset.
Yeah, I think even with the resets, though, you're right. I think these survivors don't really have much of a leg to stand on here right now. They have just... Well, actually, this gen has a lot of progress. Maybe they can make something happen with that one.
It does, but the problem is that as you see what the Blight doing, they're choked over here. There's nowhere for them to go. They are both over here. The killer knows they're both over here, and they have to sneak their way back just to get Adam off the hook. Claudia is going to take a tag running directly back towards center. That means Trevor could sit back here and try and do the gen, but that means that Claudia also is about to get slugged out potentially. I don't know if you can finish this generator.
I don't know if you get this rescue. Oh, you do.
It's going to be a trade. Another Eruption proccing, though. And this is second hook, I believe, also for Claudette.
Yeah, this is so tough. This is one of those situations where survivors just get into a cycle of, work the gen gets kicked immediately, then everyone's in chase, then someone has to rescue, and someone's injured, and it's so hard to get out of that cycle.
Absolutely. Oh, Trevor getting caught out a little bit, and Blight will get some distance on them. Getting a hit through the pallet. Running to the opposite of the pallet, but you need to be on the pallet side, but a rush and a miss from the Blight.
Just barely. And a really great stun by the Trevor, making the most of what little he has back here. But I think this is maybe going to come to an end rather soon.
True, and the one thing too that you wanted this survivor to be on the generator is that the other survivors, they're not the obsession. They're 7 stacks of Dying Light. They are 21% slower on gen speed. It's like built-in thanatophobia for both of those at full stacks. So that Dying Light is doing work.
Yeah, this is This is going to be tough. I have this feeling both that this game is going to end very slowly and very quickly. Like it feels like it's over already, but the actual getting to that point, it feels like it's going to progress slowly.
Does seem to be the case. However, second wind on Trevor. Do they get to the window before Blight's able to get a tag on them?
Oh,
Waiting out the BT entirely, actually. Not even wanting to prevent the second wind, just waiting out the BT entirely. And yeah, this will be Deathhook barring a decisive strike. No decisive strike. That will be one dead survivor. And now there's only 2 left remaining, which, again, given the situation, I think we're going to be seeing a 4K2, all things considered.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's unfortunate that they aren't able to get this 4th gen done, like you said, to provide themselves a little bit of cushioning going forward. But this killer's just been playing so well. So well.
They really have. Taking a tag in the back of main. I think the only thing you can hope for now is that without the Obsession being in the game, you might be able to work the gen faster, but Adam has to last.
Oh.
And that is not the case. Claudette could be on the very opposite end working the gen, and if there's enough progress, they might stick it, but otherwise, I think they're going to try and hide. I don't think the exit gates are going to matter here, as one is on this side of the map next to Shack, which is where Hatch will spawn. Yeah, they were working on the gen. If Adam could have lasted maybe, I don't know, 20 more seconds, they might have had a shot.
Yeah, man, how many times have I heard that before?
That's valid. It's a game. This game's been going about 11 and a half minutes, so, 20 seconds is not a small percentage of time in this given game, so.
Yeah, and especially in Blight games, which I feel like have, just as his power is his speed, they have the tendency to move very quickly. I've said it before, Blight games, it's like a whole different game. I swear, like, I know it's Dead by Daylight, but it's not Dead by Daylight because it's just so intense and so quick, and the killer has to be so precise in everything that they're doing. It's just fun to watch. It's great to watch in comp.
I would tend to agree. The faster games are intriguing, but Claudette, nowhere to be seen. And again, for the killer's sake, unless they try to trauma tech this, which I don't know why they would, except maybe to try and, if Claudette gets out through Hatch somehow, that's technically an extra point given, point taken, which is effectively another gen in the grand scheme of things.
Oh,
but they find Claudette in the end.
Where was she? Did you see her before she, dipped out?
I did not. I'm wondering if they might have saw a crow that we missed.
Yeah.
But regardless, they do find Claudette. That is going to be lights out in the end. Thought they might have been trying to set up for something, but I say she's doing a really good job around this tile, but ultimately will take a tag.
Yeah. Able to get the Atom up for a second, but for how long,
That is pretty good. They're at a tile where they might be able to stay up for a little bit longer. And that they do, actually. Give themselves a little bit extra time. Again, the killer's got to recharge a bunch of these charges. And Adam will be able to make it around the corner, but there's no pallet here.
Oh. Survivors, though, not giving up. Definitely giving our killer a little bit of a run for their money here at the end. But I don't know that it's enough to get another gen done,
It's not. I was say that you go for this hook. We see both exit gates on this side of the map. I think they just wanted to make sure that the hook happened on this side so they could be able to get here, make sure they're ready to close the hatch. And then at this point, the exit gates are just, you can't get out. This will
good
be
old
a
RNG.
Well, in all fairness, even if it was across the map, I don't see many survivors get out against Blight, if we're being honest. Looks like Claudette did run all the way back here, but it's mostly to get this killer's attention, and that will be 4K2 secured for Vicinal. We'll be returning with Bombom, returning fire on the Suffa Pit. See what they have to bring. Again, this is I would say, in the grand scheme of things, 4K2 is a really solid score, especially on Suffo. 4K1, I think, would see the average, and then 4K0 or any stages out at all, survivors did really well. So I think this is a little bit on the killer side saying, you did pretty well, buddy.
Yeah, I agree. An interesting match, though, nonetheless. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are in Game 2, set number 1, Bombom on Killer. This is a Blight Mirror matchup. Last match, survivors coming up potentially a little bit short, so they're going to have to make it up here as a killer. How are you feeling about this one, Rue?
This one's going to be, again, the killer has to play really, really well. They're going to bring a lot of slowness. Sometimes in this situation, I even see them, forego bringing Corrupt Intervention, but they did bring it. They're going to play this pretty standard, I imagine. I think what they're going to look for is at really early days, get a really early hook, and then instead of camping that Survivor to death, I think they're going to try and make some mayhem happen to make the Thanatophobia really pop off, and they do find an early Survivor. Flashbang, Firecracker, not going to be enough to stop the killer. Vaulting over the front, no lie, then that is going to be an early down. That is one way to do it. That's step one.
I was about to say, that is exactly as you predicted, going for a very quick first down. I think you're right. I think that they are going to be looking to make some mayhem here. They are not going to sit here and camp this hook. They are going to get schmoving across the map, as Blight does, and they are going to make some trouble. Especially since they spotted that Renato.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. Like I said, pushing Survivors around, if they can get an injury or two here, would be pretty solid. And again, Survivors in this situation, they need to not give this killer any extra hits.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good start. This was a very fast first down. There's probably not a ton of progress going on Gens right now.
Although we don't see it. Case.
Yeah, we don't see anybody rotating over for that rescue yet.
Somebody's over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the unhook now, though. That is going to be really tough for the Blight because they are not going to be able to interrupt it. And also, intercepting is going to be really difficult. Looks like Ace with Balance Line will be able to get away into the middle here. Vaulting back in. Rush coming in, and it will be around the corner. No dead hard, and that will be second hook coming in. No decisive? There is a decisive.
Oh.
Dropping the Paladin, getting plenty of distance after that. That is one way Survivors can definitely bring this back, making the killer waste as much time as possible. Going around the corner, that is long wall, actually swapping tiles entirely, and they get the pallets done through. Oh my goodness.
That was wild.
Ace is doing really, really well here. Actually, that might have even been a smash hit. I can't tell for sure.
It seemed like they got quite a bit of distance on that. I think you might be right.
Yeah, I thought they had Balance Line, but maybe I was wrong. It's actually just a smash hit, but they got some amazing. Just again, juking the killer once again. First gen firing. They need to get this. They need to get this Ace down ASAP. Even saying, you know what, I'm going down under here. It doesn't matter. I've got a Survivor right next to us. 2 gens firing.
Oh. This has gone from incredibly killer-sided right off the bat to somewhat more Survivor-sided. But that down is going to help so much. Immediately coming back here. Checking around, making sure there's no one here before they inevitably go for that pickup.
Indeed.
They're being very thorough. And they knew. They're nowhere.
They absolutely did. They knew someone was going to be sticking around, and it looks like Ace does get picked up.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, but they just finished the gen. They forced the pick, but that means Ace can still go over and get the Meg picked up potentially?
Oh my gosh.
Does seem to be the case. They dropped a pallet in the meantime to make sure they're safe. Floating back over the edge.
So many things are happening right now.
And Ace is still back here. That means that Alara came in for the unhook in the meantime.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if Ace realized they could have gone for that. I don't think they realized how many charges the killers used for that rush, because they totally could have gone for the window in that situation just because the killer was out of charges.
Yeah.
But
sometimes it's super hard to keep track of that because they move so fast.
True. Also, Laura getting the quick pickup. I think that might have been Will Make It.
I think you're right.
Oh my goodness. Getting the Will Make It from the unhook on Hanadu, and then coming over, picking up the Meg and full healing her. That might have been one of the best uses of Will Make It I've seen ever. Ooh.
This is bonkers. The pressure is just so back and forth here. 1 second the Survivors have it, 1 second the killer has it, then the Survivors reset and everybody's up off the ground and nobody's on a hook, and so the Survivors have all the power again. This is moving so quickly.
Absolutely. This is kind of insane. Oh,
what?
He's forcing the vacuum.
Oh my gosh. Out of their minds, these Survivors.
Agreed. Trying to push Meg back, and they bumped. This is starting to fall a little bit out of the killer's hands. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish. I think the gens actually might get finished here. They needed a Survivor out of the game like 5 minutes ago.
We said that we thought the killer was going to go make mayhem. I'd argue that the survivors are the ones causing mayhem. They are just all over the place. It feels like they are everywhere, picking each other up, also getting gens done. I don't know what our killer does in this situation. They're playing so well.
I think they needed to get a survivor death hook like probably 2 minutes ago, and it's just not really happening at this point. Survivors, I'll be honest, I don't know how you come back for this as killer without survivors making a ton of mistakes, and that's just, you can't really afford to rely on that. Getting hit across the, no, they don't.
No, my gosh!
I thought they had that.
I did too. This is this is so intense. I cannot imagine how frustrated our killer must be at this point. I would be so stressed and so mad.
I feel that. And again, with thanatophobia, like, at any given time, the killer hasn't actually had that many survivors injured. These rushes not doing as much, but there's the Meg!
The survivors are doing not only a great job of getting each other up, but of resetting and completely, like, making that thanatophobia useless. They're doing so well.
Absolutely. Ace making it back to Shaq, saying, you know what, you want to chase me? You're going to lose a gen. And Blight, realizing this, is going to be heading back all the way to the other side of the map. However, we see somebody, and that is the 4th gen complete. That will be Bombom losing to Vicinal in set 1. Survivors did a really good job in this this second trial here.
Yeah, you know, this isn't the first time that we've seen Bombom and Vicinal this season, and every time it is such a pleasure to watch because these two teams seem relatively well matched, and so you never really know who's going to win in these situations. But in this case, Vicinal is just playing so well, and their Ruin is now down, so we're not even going to be getting that passive regen anymore.
Oh man, and the Dead Hard coming in too was so clutch, forcing the chase to go even longer, and I imagine, given this extra health state going to the corner, they might be finishing 5 gens, and they might actually be getting out.
I think they're getting at least 2 people out. I'm putting my money on it.
I wouldn't take that bet just because I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right here. Yeah, we see this gen firing away on all pistons. They can apply Eruption to it, try and get something going, but not gonna be much in the way that they can do now.
Yeah, especially with the way these survivors are running. They're not going down as frequently as our killer needs them to. They're not injured as much as our killer needs them to be getting value out of the thanatophobia. They're just playing really smart. And I mean, I think it's just a matter of time before that last gen goes.
I would agree. Eruption here would be really, really nice. Going around the corner, trying to pick them over the top, but A's being very patient.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. Unfortunately, the killer is in a position where they really are having to rely on these survivors making massive mistakes, and they're just not. They are playing really well. They are communicating really well, and I don't know. This is a tough one.
Absolutely good read from Laura, and the Abbas Stars run right back, and this is a slaughter of a first set, but it's because the killer was trying to get a condition that was, oh my goodness, the light coming in too. This was a genuinely very difficult win condition to try and go for, just because, you know, 4K2 is not the easiest thing to go for in the world. Achievable, but on the second set especially, it's going to be a little more difficult. Swinging into the back and missing again.
Oh my gosh.
From Meg, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to slide around the corner, and that will be Laura going down. See, Exgate in the back being worked on. Meg taking a tag, trying to push as many of the servers out as possible, and they're going to let it happen as they go back and try and get their slug. We do see scratch marks in the area. I think they're just going to take the 3 out. I don't think you try and come back for this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you could try, but I think it's risky, and I don't know why you would do it. You've already won, and you've won handily. You don't, you know, you don't need it.
Yeah, the points that you're racking up in this is absolutely crazy. You're going to have a very strong first set. Tiebreaker's going to be in your favor. Also, I just now noticed that we have a spectator bug with the rush being stunned permanently into the killer's retinas.
Brew, I kind of think they're going to go for it.
Ain't no way.
No.
Oh, you know what? I don't think we've seen Deliverance yet. This could be the Delhi survivor. They could be ready to light up hit tanks.
No way. No shot do we get a 4-man here.
I don't know if you make it out. He's got his power in pockets.
Oh, if he can... Ooh.
Yeah, I'm about to say, thread the needle, get the hit. No dead hard. Now, heal techs could be coming in. Meg does have a flashlight. There's no firecracker left, though. There's the heal tech coming in. Renato going down.
Oh my god, oh my god. No way!
The photo finish. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 3. It is going to be Bombom cracking out the Doctor on Father Campbell's Chapel. And looking around, good corrupt intervention for the killer. Getting a good, solid first blast as well, highlighting 2 survivors. And I'm not going to lie, this build is super juicy, and I want to see what this Doctor's cooking at, but I don't know about you.
I'm excited just because I feel like I don't get to see Doctor as frequently in comp as I see other killers, so I'm really excited about a Doctor game nonetheless.
That is entirely fair. Good shocks coming in, making sure that they can't drop these pallets too early. It is still Crack Shock Doc, despite the fact that they made these add-ons a little bit more base kit. Crack Shock Doc is still just the way to go. Keeps the survivors on their toes, and that's going to be a hit coming in just a moment. Worth noting is that I am interested to see the use of Save the Best for Last here, as I don't see killers bring it very often, especially because of the addition where no matter what, if the obsession loses the health state, they just don't use it. But I'm curious to see what happens with that. I don't think they actually got the vault. They did get the vault, actually, so good read from the Doctor.
Wow. First gen going already. A good long chase from our survivor. We got to get this. Yeah, we got to get this party started. We got to get this survivor down.
I'm about to say, yeah, they needed to get this survivor down a little bit ago. But again, it does take some time to get that first one warmed up. They do get this first hook coming in. And again, they've got 2 stacks of the best plus. If they can get a couple more chases, avoid Meg, Sabiffle can come in handy. Get the pain res off. So we hear Meg somewhere on a generator. We see scratch marks leading up here. Not sure what survivor is over here. Looks like it's going to be Jake. Going to be going for a blast here.
Yeah, the nice thing about Doctor is that in my opinion, I feel like he has some pretty decent endgame potential, because as the match wears on, you get the survivors in higher and higher madness tiers, which is not like the most debilitating thing, but it is kind of a pain to have to work with.
It is its own passive slowdown, kind of like Pig having the hats as its own passive slowdown in a way. But Doctor is it's one of the higher skill caps that you have to attain as playing Doctor, is learning how to juggle madness tiers. Like you said, making sure that survivors are constantly being cycled through different tiers of madness, making sure that at any given time you can pop and make sure that 2 survivors are incapacitated for at least, 15 seconds or so while they have to figure out what they're going to do. And it doesn't think that's going to happen. Again, good use of the shocks. Eventually does get a tag on Ace. Ace going back here. This is a less than safe top, but if there's a pallet next to it that they can utilize, apparently they're going with a rubber band tech.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Yeah, that was visually very interesting just now.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding about the rubber band tech. I don't know what the heck happened. I don't think Ace does either. Ace is just like stunned into, well, that happened. Okay, thank you. Please never again.
Sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes it just happens, and you just have to kind of bask in the fact that it happened and just be like, huh, I guess this is my life now.
It's pretty valid. Going around, not seeing anything just yet. Checking on this totem over here. It's worth noting is that I think that was a spectator bug. It showed Ace as being on second hook when I believe that was their first.
Yeah.
Not really sure what was up with that. Looks like we do find another survivor in the meantime, though. And worth noting is that survivors still have not cleansed that totem. I don't know if they've seen it yet. And now Jake taking chase near the shack. Again, it is another survivor that is not the obsession. So these stacks of Biffle are actually going to start adding up pretty quickly here. Blast coming in as well, wanting to slow the game down a little bit more. There's 2 more survivors into Madness Tier 3. Good dodge.
Jake doing a great job here prolonging this chase.
Ace got pushed off the totem.
Oh no.
And a shot coming in. This is going to be a down momentarily.
Oh no.
Oh, but Meg coming in for the hit tank.
They do get that hit on the Meg, but unfortunately, there goes some of those precious stonks.
But I think they're going to take it just because, I mean, this is a survivor down. It's a hook coming in. And if they can get Devour Hope online...
Yeah, that'll be huge.
That could be nasty. Another
But
pain res. Yeah.
survivors do know where that totem is now, so...
They do. But it will be too little too late.
True.
The other thing that's big, too, is that survivors, they may not realize it's Devour Hope just because... Okay, they know it's not Ruin because they would have seen Ruin by now. They know it's not Haunted Ground because that's banned. I'm about to say, I think you go back. Obviously, they're all injured except for Hanadu, so unless Hanadu's the survivor, I don't know. They're not on the totem.
This is a really interesting and kind of aggressive build in its own way.
Oh, yeah.
These perks are having some really great synergy, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this is going to play out.
I agree. Looks like they do find Meg. They do get the pickup on Ace. I'd say with everybody injured the way they are, I don't know if you would go for that totem, but it looks like they will be. These will be the final two stacks going away as Meg goes down in the corner. And they do definitely know about Devour Hope now. But I'm trying to think of what perk the survivors might try and guess that the hex was besides Ruin. But they would have seen crowd control as they vaulted a window at least once or twice. Crowd control is pretty noticeable. Ruin's pretty noticeable. We see the we see the illusion of the doctor. Does the blast happen time? No, it doesn't. The blast happens.
That's so unfortunate.
Blast coming in just a couple seconds too late.
What about Retribution? They could have thought it was Retribution, maybe.
You don't run Retribution by itself, though.
Oh, you're right.
What's interesting, though, is we did see that last-minute haste effect coming in from Devour Hope, as the hook did come through before the cleanse happened, so they did get one last bit of Devour Hope. But now, everybody's screaming. They actually know where everybody is at the moment, but again, they're out of Devour Hope. Stacks of Sabifil have depleted. They're not in a bad spot. They've definitely spread the hooks out, but the problem is it's still a 3v1. They need to get this Meg out of the game ASAP, as I don't think they have any other survivor that's on Death Hook.
Yeah, and coming back here to this hook, definitely the right call here. They're just going to be waiting out this BT, trying to prevent them from getting any juicy vaults or anything like that. That hit tank is coming in, though. But the question is, how long can Meg last? How long can she stay up? Oh!
Actually switching over to Ace instead, which is an interesting choice because I think Ace has only been hooked once.
Why would you make that choice potentially?
I'm not entirely sure.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Ace is actually Death Hook, and I just didn't see when they got hooked previously. That's about the only reason you would take off towards Ace, is that if you knew they were Death Hook, because you need a survivor out of the game ASAP. You need to make this a 3v1. A 4v1 right now is unsustainable, and you are going to lose.
Interesting. Finding the Natu over here. That pallet is still up, but this doctor doing a great job using his shock to prevent faults.
Ooh, really good mind game there coming in. That will be a tag on Hanadu. Everybody is injured again, but again, the stacks are Sabifil are low. The fourth generator going down. I'll be honest, I think they should have stuck with the
I agree.
Meg.
100%. I don't know why they didn't, because it seems like they could only benefit from getting her out of the game.
I would agree.
I don't know. I mean, it was a choice, and maybe it was like one of those comp choices that doesn't make sense to me because I'm a pubs player, but I don't know.
We'll have to see. I think this is going to be their final pain res coming in, so they are at least... No.
Oh.
Maybe they just wanted to be hooked over there. Full reset coming in from the survivors, though.
No.
No Devour Hope in play. 4 stacks of Sabifil.
I don't know that that's enough.
2 survivors going into tier 3, though, for Madness. Ace does make that vault.
That'll help his cause for sure, but I don't know, maybe if he can get a quick down on this Ace over here by the hook, that could be some good pressure for them.
I think you want to maybe get a hit and go back. No, they're going to stick with this. Oh, but that's a hit through the window, though. And that will be Ace sent back to the campfire, I believe. No, I forget. I think this might just be Ace's second hook. I forget.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. The bugs in spectator mode are so kind of frequent and flagrant that it is difficult to tell sometimes.
True.
So you're right. It looks like only second stage, but they do pop that last gen.
Mm-hmm. No Noah to help finish out this game either, so they're going to have to hope to maybe Snowball was save the best for last. See a Survivor in the back here on the exit gate. Probably going to get popped to... I think they're getting popped to tier 3. It's Hanadu that's back here, so it's not the Obsessions. That means they might be able to get a double tag if they play this right.
This is tense. This is a really hard position for our doctor to be in.
It really, really is.
I don't know about this.
See the exit gate being worked on. Shock's gonna be but missing the shock at the last possible second. Meg wanting to come in and take hits. This could be where Sabiffle comes in.
Oh, God, that body block. Wait, are they getting 4 out?
Yeah, they are. Because Ace is
No
going to be
way.
at the hatch for sure.
Unreal. Oh, that's so unfortunate for our killer. All right, everyone. Welcome back to Game 2 of Set 2, Vicinal versus Bombom. This time, Bombom killing. Rue, tell us a little bit about what the win condition is here for our doctor.
Win condition? Honestly, I would have just taken Noah and called it a day, but this killer seemingly not bothering at all. Instead of going with a very similar build that we saw previously. Honestly, they just need to get 2 kills, and they're going to be looking pretty good. Let's see. Obviously, it can't be a 6-stage 2K. 7-stage 2K is effectively enough to get a win here, just based on points alone. Again, there's a couple different things the killer can do here. You can hook everybody once, and then get maybe 1 or 2 extra. Getting a kill here would be huge. Again, I'm really shocked there's no Noed. Like, Sabiffle's great. Brutal Strength's interesting. I would have put Noed over Brutal Strength, so I'm really curious what G-Bot has cooking up.
Yeah, I agree. You never know, though, with killers. Sometimes they have builds that they prefer and favor and they feel more comfortable on. So even though it seems, I agree, a little odd not to take Noed just to, you know, have that extra insurance, you know, maybe they've got something cooking.
Is entirely possible. We see that early down coming in. 2 stacks of Sabiffle already secured. Possibly a Pain Resonance going to pop on this hook. We'll have to see. Is in fact going to be a Pain Resonance as well. Things not looking so hot here for the start. This doctor's got a pretty phenomenal start.
Yeah, that was very strong, very quick first down. They've got some good information here. They've already got 2 of their juicy stonks. Nothing better than getting stonks.
Absolutely.
Seeing
We
some
see
scratch marks. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm trying to see who it was. Oh, it's Meg.
Hi, Meg. Bye,
First
Meg.
gen.
Pretty content to patrol this hook over here, though.
Makes sense. I mean, they're the ones that have to come in and do something here. Early down like that, definitely reward yourself with a little bit of R&R, checking out the hook. And again,
I mean,
with
presumably,
discipline.
if they're willing to let this survivor just die on hook, they could just split onto 3 gens.
Yeah, like, kind of like what you said just there. The second gen getting done is kind of wild.
Yeah, this patrolling tactic is looking less and less viable to me as this match continues.
They're second, though. Second stage being secured is kind of big. They might... Because now if they go for the unhook, this survivor is definitely going to be tunneled out. And again, Sabiffle's a little bit too early to read, so if you send in Adam, you're good. If you send in, like, Tap or something like that, they might get double tapped. No pun intended. And with the save the best for last going on, looks like Tap actually is the one over on this generator. I say, okay, there is a world where because this survivor got put on hook so early, you do all the gens on one side of the map. There's 2 gens over here still. There is a world where you go into this 3v1 and you just play incredibly patiently.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking the strat is.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think if you're willing to let the survivor go, you know, you can get just so much progress done. Looks like they are going to get that save, though.
No hit tanks either.
They are content to just let him there. You know what they said? You do you, man. Good luck.
Absolutely. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. That might cost them, actually. Actually, we might end the game, and that might be the moment they look back on. It's like, I shouldn't have done that. So what just happened there is when a survivor drops a pallet against Doctor on that loop, head-on coming into
oh
the
my
laser
gosh!
for Adam. So
Beautifully played.
Doctor had Trevor dead to rights. As soon as you drop that pallet, you're dead. Doctor can go to this window, shock through it. You can't get through the pallet because you're stuck. Vault over it and get the hits. But they broke the pallet instead, and now hit tanks coming in. They finished the 4th generator.
This is wild. I don't know about all this. This is hard. Our killer went from a really, really strong start to definitely struggling. This is looking really bad. They are going to get this kill, but at what cost? There's probably another gen down at that far end with lots of progress.
I mean, on the other side of Carnival. Yeah, there's a gen down at Carnival. They split all the gens. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, this is... Unless the survivors make a massive mistake, this is done.
We even see the hallucination. Look at that. We see the Doctor hallucination telling them where they are.
Oh, man.
There's the final one, and there's no Noed.
This is... I don't know. This was tough. This is tough.
About to say, by all rights, Vicinal should have had this, in my opinion, and I think they squandered it, 1, by not bringing Noed, but 2, again, going back to that play at the shack, they had Trevor dead to rights at the shack. They had the pallet down. They had the shot through the window with the static, or the shock therapy, and they were stuck. But instead, they just, I guess again, it's easy sometimes to autopilot on killer. They just sat there and broke the pallet, and that was a losing condition. And again, you can kill this survivor and you still lose.
Yeah.
This survivor is dead, and they can still just get the other 2 out fresh, and that's 6 points denied to the kill. There's 12 points. Bombom wins this set somehow by a miracle.
Wait, isn't Bombom on killer?
No, Bombom's on survivor. This was survivors. Vicinal's killing. Vicinal won set 1. Bombom by a miracle winning set 2. That's incredible. This is not at all what I expected. That was insane.
Yeah, that was wild.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 5, set number 3. It is going to be Nurse, and objectively one of the most bizarre picks on this map in particular, just because it's Wrecker's Yard. It's already super small. I get, and to be fair, you don't get a lot of the verticality of Nurse getting to be taken advantage of, but this is such a small map. Like, I feel like this Nurse should be able to 4K2 every game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
pick.
just... it is... I don't want to say it feels like a waste on this map. I don't think that's the case, but it is interesting. I expect we're going to see very, very quick matches here.
I would tend to agree, but great double back coming in from Adam. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree. It's not a waste, but it's like, it's overkill, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ruin going down immediately, though. And Adam dodging line of sight, able to disappear a little bit. Staying on the edge of the map, really good idea. Oh, but going down under the pallet, and that will be first hook coming in very shortly. Worth noting is that this is the obsession, so not going to get any dying light value right off the bat, but a hook is a hook regardless.
A hook is a hook, no matter the crook.
I like that. That's a good one.
Thanks. I was just expecting you to make fun of me.
Oh, I just make fun of Pally.
As should we all, frankly.
Agreed. And with that said, looks like looking around for a survivor. Surprised Jet hasn't fired it. Usually you double up. Obviously, center can't be doubled up at the moment. Looks like Kill's going to come over here, apply eruption to this generator. We see, I believe, Trevor running away. No, it's Tap running into the corner next to the dump truck. Not seeing anybody come in. I'm about to say, you don't tend to just run in for this unhook, especially with a hook like that. But I say, yeah, first gen goes down. I'm expecting a second momentarily, and it's not going to be Tap. Or maybe it is.
It could be.
Very possibly.
Oh,
hello, Meg.
Hello, Meg. Wait, did we just say that at the same time?
We absolutely did. Meg coming in. Body blocks coming in, though, is going to prevent them, possibly. But again, hooks are now 70 seconds, not 60, and that's not going to be enough. Hook trade will be coming in. Now the question is, oh, Eruption also proccing at the same time. Can Adam get enough distance to prevent the hook? I'm sorry, I think this is actually a safe unhook in the end. So Deliverance will be online if Meg is carrying it. Going down, second gen firing through the Eruption, by the way. And this is still not accounting for Trevor being anywhere. So we might be seeing a third generator pop in moment as we do see the pickup on Meg. I think that might have even been Unbreakable.
I was about to say, we haven't seen the man in the long white coat in quite a while, so my guess is he's also got something working.
It would make the most sense. We do see them going down, leaving Survivors slugged. It does make sense for the Obsession as they might have Decisive, but now going back towards them, say, I think you just pick them up. If they have Decisive, those are good beats, and then, try and follow up with a quick blink. Yep, there's the Decisive Strike. Survivors are getting plenty of perks usage. They did say Balance Landing, so I'm wondering if it's a Balance Landing Dead Hard combo. That is popular. There's the Dead Hard!
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And the third gen falling. Oh my goodness. Bombom doing some work on Survivor.
We said that this was going to be a quick one. I was expecting it to be quick on the killer side, not so much Survivors.
I would tend to agree. Oh, and short blinking there. The Adam was content to just go down to the corner. He's like, actually, no, you missed that blink. We're going to go even further into the corner, my friend.
He's like, you wanna? Do you want it?
Oh,
do you want that
my
pallet?
Goodness. Yeah,
this
and
is wild.
Worth noting, once again, Dying Light doing nada here.
Yeah.
This is the Obsession. You're not getting any Dying Light value whatsoever. Not to mention, if you tunnel the Survivor out, which it looks like you are, Decisive's already happened. There's no Obsession changing. You just brought a dead perk. Ruin got cleansed early on. This killer has effectively been a 2-perk killer with one Eruption use, which is not where you want to be if you're Vicinal.
Yeah, it kind of just goes to show that picking your perks is so critical, because to end up in a comp game and only be able to use 2 perks, I mean, I suppose being on Nurse is probably like where you want to be in that instance, because Nurse is just so strong anyway, but that's so rough.
It is. It really is. However, we are going to be entering the 3v1 very shortly. The question is, was this enough time wasted? They didn't use the Dead Hard there. I guess they weren't expecting for the Nurse to be there on that blink, but really, really well done.
If they've doubled up somewhere, we could be seeing another gen go quite quickly.
True, and it looks like this gen has quite a few pistons going away.
Oh!
Trevor, first
was he just committing? He was trying to commit to that. Yeah, he was just trying to get that done. Which, oh my gosh. Oh boy.
However,
she got to find that Trevor.
Here's the problem, though. Look at this 3-gen the Nurse has, and they weren't quite able to commit to that one. That's the unfortunate side, is that despite the fact the Survivors have played perfectly, this still might be a 3v1 with a massively powerful 3-gen and a hit on Trevor. And if he goes down here, it's going to be inside the 3-gen.
Run, Trevor, run!
Good double back from Trevor, going again.
Oh, no!
Oh, that misses. That might
God.
be huge. They need to get them out of the 3-gen.
I thought that was going to be a hit. That just took years off my life.
It really did. I feel that.
Go,
that
Trevor, go!
Down. But that's the thing.
Wow.
Eruption is going to pop on this gen in the back. Do we see any? We do. They're committing, though.
They're both there.
They absolutely are.
Get it, you guys. I think they get it.
Yeah, they should, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they had enough time. I was about to say, I think the only thing they messed up was not doing the center gen and finishing it early, but in the end, it doesn't matter. They are actually able to finish the gen, and we might be seeing stages out the door here.
I think that's incredibly likely. I think we get at least one. Survivors played this so well. Just so incredibly well. They took advantage of every opportunity the Nurse gave them.
Mm-hmm.
Man. They've got Trevor up now.
Forcing the pick from Tap. That's super strong. Again, yeah, I'm about to say, you have to take this pick, buddy. And they will probably be getting a 2-man out here, and it's going to be 2 freshes. It's going to be 16-12 in favor of the Survivors, and this is a insane result for Bombom Survivor Squad. This is everything you want. And again, assuming Meg, if I say Meg probably has the deliverance, so no deli for tap, but oh my word,
wow.
That is going to be so
unreal.
hard for Vicinal to meet, because that is such a good result for Bombom.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. I am excited for the conclusion of this really, really great matchup.
Completely agree, and we'll be back in just a moment.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the final half of this third set of Vicinal v Bombom. This time, Bombom on Nurse, and Vicinal has it all to do. They have to get so much done. They have to play so exceptionally well, and getting spotted right off the bat is not the way to do it. Rue, what does Vicinal have to do to pull out a win here?
Well, first off, they are doing the correct thing by chasing their non-obsession, so Dying Light is going to be getting a stack when this hook comes in. So, early tags, early down, early Dying Light stacks, definitely looking good for Bombom. But also, just play standard, tunnel out the Survivor, get rid of them, make your 3v1, just make sure you get your fresh hooks in the meantime, and you'll be sitting pretty. Again, Survivors made the tunnel out really difficult and was very gen efficient with their pressure, so... well, okay, Survivor's also given the killer the juice here.
Yeah, this ace doing a great job in chase right here. Reading her so well.
That is going to be first down.
Yeah, ultimately going down.
And I imagine, and here's the thing, if Survivors were smart, they'd be doubling up that first gen. Wait, I have not seen this perk. I thought this was Corrupt Intervention. I was like, wait, why is there Corrupt Intervention twice?
Wait,
it's because it's Thrilling Tremor.
It is Thrilling Tremors.
I have not seen that. They didn't take Ruin.
So why would you take Thrilling Tremors and not Ruin?
It gives, it's not really useful for blocking the gens, but telling you what gens are being worked on, that's some pretty good information. Now, here's the crazy thing. This is giving me Season 9 vibes back in Coda from last year. Thrilling Tremors was one of the go-to picks for Nurse all the time. It was huge. And then, you know, some other perks came out, we adjusted the balancing, and then Thrilling Tremors fell off. But seeing it back here is a bit of a blast from the past, and it might end up paying off, giving them knowledge about what gens are being worked on.
Laura over here going to be taking chase. Lara over here. Lara. I don't want the stands to come for me, and they will. Lara over here taking chase and gonna end up in comp corner, you know, playing it pretty safe. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. It is a down. It's going to be a fresh show coming in. They're not going for the tunnel immediately on Ace, which is interesting. For some reason, also, when we said Laura the first time, I was thinking it in Wesker's voice, like, Laura.
Laura.
I'm sure there's an AI that can make that happen, but first hook coming in for Laura. They do finish this generator, so Survivors are doing pretty gen efficient at the moment. However, that is going to be an early tag on Hinatu and possibly a follow-up tag as well, and it is immediate unhook on G-Bot, but this is going to be another fresh hook, and that's the thing. The killer right now is doing what I would say is an alternate win con and not necessary, but they're doing it anyway, and they're fresh hooking everybody, which will give you 12 points. The previous killer got 12 points. This will net you 12 points if you fresh hook everybody.
Yeah, I think that this is maybe a safer way to go, but at this point, you just need to get the job done. You know what the win condition is. That's kind of the nice thing for both sides here, is that you know what you have to do. Unfortunately, Bombom is in a much better position to do what they need to do than Vicinal is, but
absolutely,
you never know.
So the other thing too is that, so with that said, you can't fresh hook everybody and then let 8 stages leave. That'll still result in a win for Vicinal. But if you get, you know, a fresh hook on everybody and then you kill a survivor or even hook a survivor, that's plenty extra. Getting a tag on Meg, this is their last fresh survivor. So essentially they hook the survivor, and if they camp them, like at that point, the survivors have to make a 2-person hook trade. Ooh, but survivors know that's going down under the pallet. They sense that someone is nearby. Nurse doesn't care. She's just going to pick Ace, you mad lad. Pallet stun coming in and the blind.
Oh my gosh. That's rude.
That is incredibly rude. However, is it enough for Meg to get distance? Good. Oh my goodness, great prediction blink coming in.
Sheesh.
And Meg going right back down.
Golly.
No flashlight save this time, and that is going to be another fresh hook. So now Bombom has their base 12 points. Anything else this game is going to be a W.
Wow.
They can't
Bombom.
give this killer a hook.
Nurse just playing so incredibly clean. You know, unfortunately, like we said, Vicinal did not set themselves up for success. They had a very big ask to do here, and unfortunately, Bombom is just able to get it done. Nurse is a really strong killer, and they are clearly comfortable on her. They are pushing these survivors around. They are making them go where they want them to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have stayed and proxied that hook, but they chose not to. I think at this point, they're just kind of going for style points here. Because
I think they realized that Meg might be the Deliverance player, and I think that is the case. So it does make sense. And again, oh, really nice stun coming in.
is that from Lara or not?
Yeah, Hunadu got the pallet stun, but they're still chasing after Laura. And yeah, that is going to be the 5th hook. That's going to be 14 points for Bombom's killer, which even if all survivors left at this point, that's only 17 points in their favor, which is not enough to overcome the deficit as 16 to 12. And that will be Bombom taking victory here in set number 3. Kind of a crazy comeback because Vicinal won, and then Bombom had an insane set 2 comeback.
Yeah, that was wild. Oh, that bug is so fun.
So it actually wasn't a bug. They were waiting for Eruption to be off cooldown.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because Eruption, super useful resource. It's crazy. Despite the fact that Eruption just chews through the anti-gen regression mechanic, killers still run it all the time, so kind of here for it. 3rd gen going down in the meantime. Server rotating in for the unhook, and it doesn't even look like it's going to be a trade. It's going to be a full unhook. Oh, that was a great pre-swing. Whoa.
Yeah, that was quite the hit.
And a follow-up.
Wow. Whoa.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, our killer just reading them so well.
Mm-hmm. Some of those early blinks definitely not landing and taking it, an extra blink or 2 to get it, but some of these later game blinks, they're just landing them.
Oh.
They're
committing to this gen.
No,
oh,
they
no.
don't. Wait, they almost had all 5 gens done.
Oh my gosh. No way.
I didn't realize. I had no idea. They almost had. Ace was in the other corner cooking the last gen. These guys played insane.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we've seen Bombom v Vicinal a couple times this season, and it is always close. These teams are so well matched. I don't know if they're rivals, but wouldn't it be fun if they were?
I mean, maybe. Ooh, Unbreakable, though, coming in clutch as they did split Unbreakable on a different survivor than the Deliverance player. That did get them to finish the last gen, so they are going to be able to get to the end game.
Are they going to be able to get someone out?
I think they can get someone out here. This is absolute stages out.
Both of these teams, they're just so strong. They are so good. It is such a pleasure to watch them play.
Absolutely. Getting the tag on Ace. Ace desperately running. However, they will go down. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-stage out potentially, unless... Did they see lights on this one? No, they don't. So they're going to go ahead and go for this hook. Yeah, it was the other escape being worked on, and I imagine we'll see both survivors be leaving momentarily.
Yeah.
Really well
played, though.
Absolutely. But that will be Bombom taking the victory in the end over Vicinal. Really well played, honestly. That was incredible.
Yeah, great job by both teams. Always such a pleasure to watch. And, of course, always such a pleasure to cast with you, Paparoo.
I do appreciate it. However, I am concerned by this nickname.
I don't know what you could mean by that.
Heaven forbid. But that will be all there is for this trial